Welcome back. Now let's connect to the VM that we created in the previous video. We will use Bastion to connect. This is an alternative to installing PuTTY, RDP, or setting up SSH keys locally. Why would we use Bastion? Well, instead of opening up ports 22 and 3389 to the public, you connect to your VM directly from the Azure portal. So there's no VPN, there's no public IP needed. It makes things so much simpler. But remember, there is a cost of 19 cents in US dollar currency per hour. So you must remember to tear this down when finished with the tutorial, or if you're even stepping away from the tutorial for any extended period of time. You connect directly through the Azure portal UI. Now, the first time you connect to Bastion, it will take 5 or so minutes to connect. So this is how you do it. So we're in one of the VMs now, well, the first one we've created so far, the only one. Click on connect and connect via Bastion. Now this will take 5 or so minutes, so I'll pause until it has been deployed and up and running. Sorry, you need to click deploy Bastion first. Back with you shortly. Right, so it took about 7 or 8 minutes for that. Now, the authentication type will be the VM password. Just had to resize the screen. Now we also need to pop in the password. And sorry, we had to resize again to get it into the screen. So now we click on connect. Okay, so now we're signed into the machine. And here is the command that we need to use. I'll copy paste the command into the description of this video, but I'll also run you through it once it's fully loaded. I'll pause this while it fully loads. Okay, so that's all been successfully loaded. Now let's have a look what Docker version we have. 28.5.1, that's one we expected. So now let's have a fuller look at the commands that we just pumped in. Okay, so sudo apt update. So we needed to ensure that our system knows about the latest packages and also the security patches before we install anything. Then our second line here, that simply installs 3 essential utilities and gives them 055 access. So next, we create the directory. That is, if it doesn't already exist, once again with the 0755 permissions. Now this one liner here securely downloads Docker's signing key and stores it in the etc/apt/keyrings/docker.gpg. Now this allows your system to verify that any Docker packages that you install come from the official source and haven't been tampered with in any way. Right, our next 4 lines, the commands here register Docker's official apt repository on your system using the correct architecture, Ubuntu version, and the secure dpkg key that you added earlier. That way, when you run sudo apt update and sudo apt install docker-ce, Ubuntu knows exactly where to get the verified Docker packages directly from, that is directly from Docker's servers. So we run the sudo apt update again. Now we'll skip down to newgrp docker. Now these commands above from apt install y docker -ce, docker, etc., selenium-grid, user, etc. These commands permanently grant your chosen users permission to run Docker commands without sudo. And the newgrp here, that activates the permissions instantly for us. And of course, Docker version just gave us the version that we had of Docker. So as mentioned, I will copy and paste this into the description. Now we will run the docker selenium-grid instructions. Okay, this creates a private Docker network called selenium-grid. Now we will pull the image. Sorry, that's not the correct instruction command. Okay, this will take a little while. I'll pause it until it's finished. Great, so that has been successfully run. Now we need to run the hub container. So it can manage connected browser nodes through ports 4442 to 4444. Okay, that's been done successfully. Now we need to do a health check, just make sure that through using curl that there's a status there, and the status will actually be failed. And the reason the status has failed is because we haven't actually set up any nodes at this stage. Sorry, that's the wrong code. Here we are. No, it's doing it again. Okay, so here we have ready false, and that's what we expected, because there are actually no nodes up and running yet. Apologies for the previous two instructions that went through. The copy paste function doesn't always work well into Bastion, unfortunately. So we're set up to the point where we should be, even though it says false. In the next video, we'll come back and we'll create the VM for Chrome.